Hi friends, so we're going to do a fun Christmas project. We're going to make a Christmas banner. I've got these printables in an Etsy listing in my Etsy shop, and the link will be below the video. But there's all different words, all the letters to Merry Christmas, which we have here. And then there's also Noel, peace, and joy. There's various pictures. There's two pictures. There's that picture of Christ, and then a second one that's pointing the other way, facing the other way. And then there's also Santas and Christmas tree, candy canes, and poinsettias and a snowman. So just some fun little banners that you can piece together. You can make a big long one that we're doing today, Merry Christmas, or you can make a short one that just says Noel. And you can put pictures with it or not. It's up to you. But anyway, I got these thin sheets of cork off of Amazon, and I'm going to put those on the back. Much of the time when I do something like this, I laminate them, but I decided to do something different. I want to try these pieces of cork. So so I got all my banners cut out, as you can see. So I'm just going to glue them on these sheets of cork, and then I'll cut them out. And I'm lining them up, and I wish I would have pre-planned this a little bit better, because you'll see on the third sheet I do that I line them up the opposite way, go in the different direction, and I'm able to get 5 on each sheet of cork. But I started out lining them up this way, and I only got 4. So if I would have planned, I would have used up only 3 sheets of cork instead of I went into part of a 4th. Anyway, so if you get these cork sheets, which are really cool, by the way, keep that in mind, how you lay them out. So I'm just laying them right next to each other. And then I started out, when I started cutting them, using an X-Acto knife. But I decided the scissors just worked the best. So I've got them all on my sheets, and you can see that one I figured out that I should have put 5 on a sheet. But oh well, things happen. So this first one I start cutting with my X-Acto knife, but I quickly see that wasn't as good as I thought it was going to do. I got a much smoother cut, which is regular scissors. So that's what I decided to do right here. So I just cut those out carefully along the line of the banner, and they're glued on really well. I used Tombow liquid glue, and it got it close to the edges in the corners, so it's stuck on that cork really well, and I really like the feel of it. Feels sturdy, just like if I was to laminate it. Just a different look, a different feel. So now I'm going to punch 2 holes in the top of each little banner. Started using a regular hole punch, but it wouldn't go through that cork very well. So I'm using my We Are Memory Crocodile, I guess it is. And those punch through just so quick and easily. So I lined up 3, thought it could get through there, but it was too thick to put through the hole punch. So I can put 2 at a time, cut the first holes, and then I'm lining them up on each banner from there on. So all the holes are even. So I've got all those holes punched. And I've got these red, white, and green beads that I got at the Dollar Tree last Christmas. They haven't brought out their Christmas stuff this year yet, but I'm sure they'll have them again. And I'm using macrame cord and putting some Scotch tape on the end so it'll go through those beads nicely. But you can use ribbon, string of any kind, baker's twine, jute cord, anything. So I'm using this macrame cord, and I'm putting 3 beads on in the same order, and then I'll put one of the letter cards. And I wasn't sure how long of a string I needed to push up, so I get a few letters on, decide I need to go further, so I pull the beads and the cards up higher on the the macrame cord. So in between each one, I'm doing the same thing with the beads. Now I'm at the end of Mary, so in between the two words, I'm going to put 6 beads, just so there's an extra space in between the two words. And when I get everything threaded on this cord, then I'm going to put some little bows. One on each end and then one in between the two words. And you can see there in between Christ and Mus, I put the picture of Christ, just as an extra little reminder of what the real reason for Christmas is. It's our Savior. So I didn't want to put him on the end. I just wanted to put him, to differentiate the word Christ from the whole Christmas word. And I have more than enough string, so I didn't need to push it up on that far on the string as I did, but that's okay. I'll just cut the excess off. And here I'm at the end, and my video went all wonky, and I could not turn it for anything. And I also went off camera somehow when I tied the knots on each end. So I apologize about that. And I could not get this section of the video to rotate at all. So you're looking at it at a little bit different angle. But what I'm doing here now, and it's completely off camera, I really apologize. I don't know what went wrong in my editing. Anyway, right now I'm getting a long piece of baker's twine, and then I'm doing the same length 12 times because I want 3 bows, so I'm going to put 4 strings in each bow. And you can barely see what I'm doing there, but that's what I'm doing. Again, I apologize. It's so odd because in my regular photos and videos on my phone, this section of the video is totally fine and rotated the way I want it and everything. But then I get it in my editing little tool here, and for some reason this one would not rotate. So now I'm going to tie a bow inside the knot on the end of the string. And for some reason, this part of the video also slowed down a little bit too. It's not as sped up as the rest of the video, so it's a little frustrating, but I feel like I'm not too bad when it comes to technology, but sometimes I can't not figure out what I'm doing wrong. So I'm just getting that bow tied on that end that you can't even see. And then I'll do the same thing in between the two words, in between Mary and Christmas, right in the middle of the 6 beads, right there. Again, just tying a regular bow with those 4 pieces of twine. And if you have just a smaller space, It would look really cute to put just the word Christmas or peace or Noel or joy. You could put a picture on each end like a Santa and a snowman or a candy cane, or you could put like a picture of Christ on each end facing the different directions. So there's lots of different things you could do with these banners. You could make the short words or the longer ones. Just kind of depends how much space you have where you want to display it. And you can laminate it or leave the paper just as is, or try what I did here with the cork. It's really, I like it. I'm going to use the cork on some other projects. I really like how it feels. And see there, my video is starting to speed up again, and just really, really strange. Anyway, there is our video, our banner. Appreciate you watching. I hope this inspires you to make something similar. Thank you for watching, and you have a whimsical day.